Mic'd up.
Highlights from Lowlifes. Highlights from Lowlifes.
Welcome to another episode of Highlights from Lowlifes.
That is a
Tonight's
catchy
cast of
tune.
characters. Let's see, we have
Or jingle.
Terry-
That's a catchy jingle.
yeah, it is. We have Marty Brown.
Hi.
And we have Rob Lannerman. And tonight's topic is the top 5 greatest plays in Major League Baseball history. So this will be subjective, of course. It's what you think. So we should have some interesting ones. Marty's, of course, will be from a period of time when the games were in black and white.
Brand new.
There was no color when Marty was born. So it'll be an interesting selection process for his games.
I believe they called that the dead ball era.
Yeah. They didn't have video back then. Tonight, I'm told that we have some new viewers from the fantasy camp down in Arizona. Teddy Bear and J.C. Penney are down there with all the campers and the pros, and if they're really bored, they're watching this.
They're not watching.
They're
not that bored.
Like 10 or 15 minutes. That'd be great.
Well,
okay,
welcome.
This is episode 72. We've been doing this for quite a while, and then we're still having fun with it, and we hope a few of you are too. The highlights from Lowlifes, a little history on us. Bunch of Bay Area senior baseball players who got together during the pandemic to do some Zoom calls for our mental health. And we met some folks at the Mic'd Up platform and suggested a top 5 show to them, and they kind of liked it. And so we've been doing it for a while. So let's dive right in.
We got a caller already.
Oh, wow. We can call it?
Yes, we are bored and we are watching.
That's from Teddy Bear.
Right.
In that order. They're bored. And
we absolutely cannot upset our fan. So, Robbie, why don't you start us out with your number 5 best play?
So I think for most of mine, I sort of deviated, as usual, from the assignment a little bit, and I went with top 5 maybe overlooked or underrated great plays of all time. So my first one is, I think the first time it happened was probably the first time any of us had seen it happen, and that's when Benito Santiago threw out a runner from his knees.
Oh, yes.
So they were playing. It's probably not the most spectacular play that's on the list tonight, but it's something that none of us had seen before, and it did kind of change the way catching happened for an entire era. It was 1986 during a late season call up. Santiago comes up with the Padres. They're playing the Dodgers, and Mariano Duncan tries to steal second base, and from his knees, Santiago throws Duncan out at second base. Vin Scully, I watched some audio today or a video, and Vin Scully said, "Oh my gosh, what a great throw from Santiago. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's unbelievable." So if you can get Vin Scully to go off like that, that means you have probably done something pretty special. And then I saw an interview with Gary Templeton because he's the one that caught the throw and put the tag on. He goes, when he fired the ball, I thought, oh my God. But it was just something that I guess Santiago picked up as a young player, and the ball came right to Templeton, and it was a perfect play. So I think that's pretty spectacular, and it's something in our lifetime that hadn't been seen before, and we all saw it and experienced it, whether we watched that game or saw it on This Week in Baseball. So that's my number 5.
I'm guessing that the pitcher really had to get out of the way with that low throw from the knees.
I'm pretty sure he surprised everybody on the field.
Really?
And the stands and the TV audience.
Watch your nuts.
All right, well, Terry, why don't you go next?
All right. So recently, this is my number 5. I'm a Giants homer, so bear with me if you're not. I was so impressed with the Matt Chapman barehanded throw to first. Uh, Richie Ashburn from the Phillies. Oh no, that's somebody else. Okay, the barehanded put out. Sorry, my 5 and something else was written too close together. My 5 and honorable mention are right next to right on top of each other.
Hey, Scottsdale, this is the professional show we got now.
Yeah. Anyway, Matt Chapman's barehanded put out from third base. It just, you all saw it this last year. It was amazing.
Excellent.
Marty, how about you?
What's the topic again?
Oh, look what I got.
Now, because the topic that was given to me was the magnificent or memorable. So I went with memorable.
That's okay.
So who could ever forget Carlos Martinez of the Angels, lazy fly ball to right center field, and the multi-gifted Jose Canseco drifts over to catch the ball.
I could say he ran it down.
Good point. Oh, I like that.
Good timing on his.
Well, what happened? What happened for our viewers that don't know about it? What happened?
Oh,
isn't he a soccer player?
Yeah, he pulled a Marty. He bounced it off his head and went out and bounced it right off his head and out of the ballpark.
I actually have exclusive audio of that play.
Oh, really?
Ready?
Sure. And that's the way it is. So I guess some of my picks tonight may be a little off, but that's Marty. So deal with it.
That's Marty.
Webby, take it home.
All right. Let's see. Oakland A's 2 years ago, 2018. They're playing
2018. You call that years ago?
Yeah, it's 6 years ago. Come on. The A's center fielder is Ramon Laureano, and he makes a nice running catch on the warning track in center field and makes a 321-foot throw from the warning track to first base to double up the runner who had grounded. So for you fantasy campers, imagine making the throw the longest you can make, having it roll to a stop, and then doing that 4 more times. That's 321 feet. That's how far Ramon Laureano threw that ball. And the runner was just wigged out. Oh my God, what happened? Did I not see him catch that on the warning track? I thought I had a month to get back to first. So that's my number 5. All right, go to round 4.
Cool.
Monty started off.
All right. Well, again, this is appropriate for our Scottsdale guys that are listening in, because I'm sure that it's in the back of your memories, because it was that day in 2003 that the broadcaster, Mr. Miller, called it the worst base running in the history of baseball. Now, do I really have to remind you of Ruben Rivera's little trot around second base 3 times, trying to figure out, do I go left, do I go right? I mean, I thought he was out there just a guy testing the wind. It was against the Diamondbacks. He was on first. And it would have been a tough catch for the right fielder to make, but he didn't. And of course, how do we? To truly explain what the hell he did? He tried to get to second and forgot the touchback and was standing up in the middle, and then tried to go to third, and there was an overthrow at third, and he tried to score, and he was a dead duck.
On that play, in order for Ruben to have been that bad at base running on that play, the Diamondbacks had to participate in being that bad at making throws and tags.
Good, yeah.
I believe. I think he touched
That
second
is
3
loud.
times, third 2 times, and tried for home that last time and was out and just, not a good play.
It's still out there on YouTube, and it's funny every time you watch it. It
We're
doesn't
talking
lose.
about practice, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
Terry, what do you got? Number 4.
Number 4. How about Mad Bum hits 2 homers on opening day on April 2nd, 2017.
Ooh.
Undone.
Yeah.
No one's ever done that. That's it. Sorry. Those are the facts, Jack.
He hit 2 home runs on opening day, and you're saying nobody's ever done that.
No one's ever done that.
Really?
One of them was off of Kershaw
Ooh.
too, if I remember right.
You mean no pitcher's ever done
No
that?
pitcher's done it.
No pitcher's ever done it.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Robbie, go ahead.
All right, I'm going to go back to the 1971 World Series. It's Game 6, top of the ninth. Obviously, it's a big game. Mark Belanger, who's a pretty fast shortstop for the Orioles, is the runner at first base. Don Buford, left-handed batting Don Buford, pretty good hitter for the Orioles in his own right, steps in and slashes a ball down into the right field corner. 37-year-old Roberto Clemente runs over to field that ball, picks it up out at the wall, 330 feet away from home plate, spins and fires and throws a ball to Manny Sanguillen, the catcher, on the fly at home plate, waist high, directly into the glove. Belanger had to hold it third.
Wow.
And that was all set up by the play earlier in the game where Clemente running away or running towards the right field line caught a pop fly, and Merv Rettenman tried to tag up from second base and go to third base. And Clemente caught the pop fly and on one move spun 360 around the wrong way and threw to third base on the fly to get Rettenman out. They held Belanger because of the play that Clemente made. So that kept them, even though they lost that game, they went on to win the series and all that great history. But that throw is absolutely amazing. If you haven't seen the video of that, the catch and the throw are absolutely, or I mean, the fielding in the corner and the way he spins and throws, unbelievable.
Yeah.
So Clemente doing that, that's my number 4.
Cool.
Mr. Brown.
No,
I think it goes to Mr. Weber here.
Oh,
That
well,
is
whatever.
fine.
Well, from one Brown to another.
hey, you just got congratulations on the promotion.
Great.
What can Brown do for you?
That was my next.
All right.
Yeah, I never heard that one. That's funny.
The next Pirates right fielder after Clemente was Dave Parker. And Parker made an iconic throw in the 1979 All-Star game. Down in the deep right field corner, Brian Downing is rounding third base. Parker launches a throw on one hop to the plate to get out a stunned Brian Downing, who was trying to score on a hit to the corner. Just a monumentally tough throw from where he was, and put it right on the money. Downing had no chance, and that play was used as an ad campaign for the All-Star game for years after that. Parker wasn't the greatest outfielder in the world. He had an arm up. So
Yeah.
all right. Okay,
Well,
we're done with 2 rounds. What happens now?
Well, it's my favorite part of the show, segment we like to call What You Drinking? As always, the Highlights from Lowlife show is sponsored by our good friends at Almanac Brewing, Alameda, California. They are, without question, one of America's premier craft brewers. They give us beer. We get to talk about them. We're all always drinking different things. I am back on because it's the time of year that this comes out. The Almanac Porch Light Lager, really flavorful, easy to drink, just like all their beers, really. But like a moth to a light, I'm drawn to this beer. What are you guys drinking?
I'm drinking the beer that Webby can't pronounce.
Is that
It's-
the that
Hey, better you than me. Okay. Zap pills, and I have to. Robbie said it. Everything they produce is terrific. A beautiful pilsner beer with a real nice flavor to it, and usually those two don't come together, but they sure do under the Almanac label. So thanks again, guys.
Hey, check it out. I'm drinking the Almanac Hefeweizen Hugs. It's called.
Mm-hmm.
Hugs. Is that straight up or is that backwards to you guys?
You've been backwards for years, so now we're supposed to make a judgment on it.
I'm very worried if the can's upside down.
Oh shit! It's
let's
all over my
see.
lap. Shit.
If you're dry, you got it the right way.
It is a gold. Its warm golden hue will delight you. Hefeweizen. Webby?
All right. I'm drinking the Almanac Bunny Hill IPA. For those of you that don't like IPAs, try this. This is a little bit more mellow and easy going down. It's probably one of my top 3 favorite IPAs from Almanac, and we're talking about a lot of different IPAs. So this is the Bunny Hill IPA. Give it a shot. Rob,
right.
I think
Let's see.
I think there's some good what you're drinking in the comments.
Well, let's find that.
617.
Oh, nope, that's not what you're
No,
drinking.
I'm guessing that if the campers are at the bar, here's to you. Cheers.
And by the way, so this is out of order before we finish the almanac, but there is a teddy bear comment relevant to Marty.
Hey, Marty, we were just talking about that in the dugout on the field today. That is a great pick.
Thank you.
Oh, that was like 2 minutes ago. We have short memory span.
And then we'll let Teddy Bear segue right back to himself.
Teddy Bear here. We're sitting in the hotel room, and I'm having a Almanac Portslight Lager. Thanks to JC, who brought a tub of these things down here with him. And
Good man,
I'm
good
glad
man.
he did, because it is refreshing, crisp, and easy drinking lager down here. It's awfully hard to find Almanac down this way, so I'm glad he shared these with me. Thank you, JC.
Wow.
My
Thank you,
question
Teddy Bear.
is, are they
That's
good
the
in the
first
ice
time
tub,
I've heard
boys?
the word JC and tub together.
Oh, shit.
You never see him in a different place at a different time.
All right. Well, cheers, everybody.
Cheers,
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah.
Thanks to Almanac,
exactly.
and
Thanks all.
they
Yep.
are.
Robbie, I think there's another one down here someplace. Let me see.
Well, let me do the closeout bit, and then you can find it and play it. So again, thank you, Almanac. We do love the beers; they are outstanding. It is worth the trip to Alameda, California, just to visit the brewery. They're great people. It's a lot of fun there. And remember, if you go there, tell them you heard about them from the highlights from Lowlife show, and they may take pity upon you.
Ooh.
Prost to pure enjoyment.
Yeah. So I apologize, guys. I'm battling a little cold, so I'm sorry if I have to kind of cut out here for a second. Thank you.
Mark, could you wipe the lens of your camera?
Oh, no, I thought it was you. You've always looked that way, and now it's me. Is that what you're trying to say? Is
You
that
remind me of a movie. You remind me of a movie. I think it's Play Misty for Me.
All right. Here we got former Giants pitcher Scott Gorels.
Wow.
Wow.
This is Scott Gorels, former San Francisco Giants pitcher, sitting here in Scottsdale, Arizona, enjoying an Almanac Lager and loving life with my good friend J.C. Penney.
Scott Corral was nice, super nice guy.
Hey, I think that's our first entry in highlights from Lowlifes. Well, let's just call it the Hall of Very Good. Yeah, so it's Scotty Durrell. All right. All right.
We need to get a lot more former pros on our show here.
Yeah.
Tell
All
the
right.
guys, tell all the guys to jump in.
I think you're going to be surprised with your request tonight.
So all these people that are bored at fantasy camp watching us right now, if you're watching us in the app, hit the little microphone at the bottom of the screen. You got 30 seconds to say something interesting. Don't swear at us because we'll never see it.
Yeah.
There's,
Keep it for television.
If
Yeah,
you
keep it
swear, I'll
television.
play it, and then Weber has plausible deniability.
And here's a little incentive. You go online and JC will give you a beer from Almanac.
JC's giving out beers. So, all right, let's get round 3 going.
JC better go to the grocery store.
Yeah. Robbie, start off round 3.
Okay, I'm going to alter my list a little bit here, so bear with me. Yeah, this is the one I'm going to do. 1972 World Series. It's
the Oakland A's.
Yep, Oakland A's versus the Cincinnati Reds. The A's, with Reggie Jackson injured and unable to play in the series, they stunned the baseball world by beating the Reds in Game 1, and they were ahead 1-0 late in the game in Game 2. Catfish Hunter was throwing a gem, but in the 9th inning, he began to tire, and he gave up a base hit to Tony Perez. And then Dennis Menke, who was a pretty solid hitter and a great pinch hitter for many years, stepped up and connected on a pitch that looked like off the bat it might be a home run. Joe Rudy chased that thing back to the wall. And that day it was sunny because they used to play the World Series in the daytime, like it should be done back then. So Rudy was staring into the sun in left field. The wind was blowing a little bit, and Rudy went back on the ball and made a spectacular catch that's become really iconic. Him sprawled out against the wall, almost in a Spider-Man kind of pose, with a backhanded catch right up against the wall that actually stunned the Reds. And a lot of people think that might have been the play that turned the tide in the series that the A's went on to win. It was just amazing, a great catch. And I have specific memories of that catch, and it's probably the first really great play I remember seeing and had a memory of. So, the Joe Rudy catch sprawled against the wall. What a great play.
Yeah, that I was in high school and we were watching the game in the boys' bathroom or boys' locker room, looking in through the glass. Remember when your coach had the big glass windows between the coach's office and the locker room? We're all looking through the glass, watching it on a cheesy little tiny black and white television.
Yeah.
All crowded around watching. That was good times, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Terry, why don't you take it then?
All right. My number 3 is Gregor Blanco's unbelievable diving catch to help preserve Matt Cain's perfect game. June 2012. Everybody here and everybody listening in, you all know that catch. He just made the big dive. Matt Cain was so pleased. It was so great.
Yeah. And you look back in the history of any no hitter, and there's one play by an outfielder traditionally, but it could be anybody else. Right. That was just saved the guy's bacon. So
and we're alive to see it.
Yeah, I remember MLB Network did one of those StatCast things on it. It had like an 8% catch probability. It's pretty crazy.
I was there. I saw the.
Did you really? Wow.
Live, and the Blanco catch was not too late in the game, but it was an important part of the game. And the batter, I think, was Jordan Schaefer. The Astros weren't very good, but still, you're seeing history, and as time going on, every play on the field is intense. So that that really got the crowd into it.
It was phenomenal. Who hasn't gone? Webby, have you gone?
Nope. All right, I'm going to go to another All-Star game because strangely enough, the All-Star game seems to bring out the best, at least the old All-Star game, bring out the best players. And there's the iconic play of Pete Rose crushing Ray Fosse, separating Fosse's shoulder and a lot of other body parts. It's today that play would be illegal. I don't know how I feel about that, but at the time, everybody felt bad for Ray Fosse, but they understood in most cases that Rose did what he needed to do to get the run in. I remember the play specifically because I was a Cubs fan, and Jimmy Hickman hit the ball that drove him Rose. So, all right, a Cub contributed in an All-Star game. This is awesome. That was July 14th, 1970. And they still play that as one of the most iconic plays in All-Star game history. So,
Yeah.
All right. Marty, I think you're still up this round.
Yeah, I think so. And this, let's see if I can phrase this correctly. You knew where you were when you heard about 9/11 for the first time, and you knew where you were when the space that was this Discovery, was that the name of the spaceship that launched and had the disaster? Yeah, the space shuttle. I knew where I was when I heard on October 15th, 1988. I would, to help to make ends meet, I would referee football games, and I lived in Danville, and I just finished a football game in Concord, and I was at that infamous 680-24 interchange during commute traffic, listening to the World Series, and the good guy Oakland A's and the bad guy Los Angeles Dodgers, and they're just closing it out. Eck had it, 1 out, 2 out, and then Gimpy gets up and is and it's 0-1, 0-2. And he works it to a full count. And legend is that Gibson then realizes something he heard from one of the scouts, that if it gets to a full count, Eckersley's going to throw the backdoor slider. And I guess that's what happened. And I almost caused a bloody accident on the highway. I was so pissed. But of course, that was Gibson's home run to win the game one of the World Series, to which the Dodgers beat the A's that year. But like I said, it literally was one of those places. I remember when that came on the radio and went, "Ah, shit."
I was driving the streets of LA that night looking for my friend's house, and I just happened to hear on the radio the home run, and then everybody around me starts honking their horns. Yeah. All right, we've completed round 3. Marty, let's dive into round 2. Who's up?
Tiger.
All right. Well, now we get into some serious MLB plays of all time. Looking at my little list here, did I skip one? I may have skipped one. All right, I'll just go to my number 2, and I've got a great one. I've got a great one for later for number 1. All right.
Hard to believe he has a SAG card.
This is July 26th, 19. Oh, can't read my own writing. This is 1996. Wow, Marty.
Marty, what did
Luckily, you have two lungs. It's Roberto Clemente's in the park home run grand slam. Just happens to be his very first grand slam. Roberto Clemente in the park grand slam home run walk off at
When was that?
1956. July of 1956. I'm really prepared, aren't I?
I give you a 5. I give you a 5 for the facts and a 1 for the presentation.
Marty saw that one live.
Yeah.
Anybody got a spare lung?
Yeah. Robbie, you go. Roberto Clemente's in the park grand slam home run, July 26, 1956. This happens to be his first grand slam ever. Okay, Robbie.
Wow. I mean, how do you follow that?
Yeah, good luck with that.
Well, I'm staying in the early 70s. I'm with the 1970 World Series. Brooks Robinson made some of the greatest plays ever, especially considering what was on the line. It's funny, it didn't start out that way for him. The first ball that hit it to him in the World Series, the Reds shortstop, Woody Woodward, Brooks Robinson made an error. So the World Series that he's known for making all the great plays, he made an error on the first play. But with the score tied and Lee May, big power hitter Lee May, leading off the 6th inning, May, he scorched a one hopper down past the third base line that was headed for the left field corner. And Brooks Robinson made a couple of strides and stretched as far as his body would let him stretch without diving and got the ball. His momentum carried him another 15 to 20 feet into foul territory. And he finally got one leg under him and turned and spun with a big overhand throw and threw it on one hop perfect strike to Boog Powell at first base just to get Lee May out. Lee May was big, but he wasn't necessarily a slow guy. So it was an amazing play. And it really turned the momentum around to the Orioles. And he made a bunch of other great plays in the series, but that one really stands out. I mean, you can pretty much recreate that play in your mind from all the times you've seen it over the years. But there's a funny side note. He was playing so great in that World Series. Before Game 5, there was a rain delay, and they thought the game was going to have to be canceled. Andy Etchebarren, the backup catcher for the Orioles, looked around in the clubhouse and shouted, "Hey, Brooks, why don't you do something about the rain? You're playing so well." So Brooks Robinson laughed, and he did a little rain dance thing. Moments later, they got a report that the rain had stopped. Game went off without a hit. So that's how good Brooks Robinson was in that World Series.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah. How about you, Webby?
All right, going back to 2001, the AL Division Series, A's versus Yankees. Terrence Long's at the plate, and yeah, we'll get to that later. Terrence Long's at the plate, and he hits a foul pop on the third base side. Third baseman and shortstop go after it. Derek Jeter is the Yankees shortstop, and he dives headlong into the stands to catch the ball. Comes up battered and bruised, but he's got the ball. I don't think anybody here is a Yankees fan, but that was a pretty damn good play. And, pretty interesting.
Gotcha covered. Don't want to interrupt you pouring your beer.
All right, what's going on? Who's got a bag of chips there and just keep stamping on them? All right,
that's Marty's lungs.
All right, have we completed round 2? Did everybody get a chance here?
No. I've had enough of this.
All right.
I had enough of you guys laughing and joking around. We're going to add a little culture to the show.
No.
Okay. All right. Now, Everybody knows of Beethoven's Fifth.
Dun, 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 dun.
There it is. There it is. Very good. Very good. You go to the head of the class.
Dun, 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 dun.
We have Brahms Concerto. But my number 2 pick is Bumgarner's Ninth.
Oh, Bumgarner's Ninth.
Oh,
Bumgarner's Ninth.
Mhm.
You're right.
And so it's a 2014
Mhm.
Game 7. Everybody knows he's coming in. He's the only hope the Giants have in their 1-run lead, and everything was going along swimmingly until
What?
I suspect that's a suspense. This is suspense.
Oh, so suspense.
Gordon of the Kansas City Royals winds up on third because we had a base hit and a little error, and this is on my list because the tension, you could cut it with a knife. 2 outs, that tying run in Kansas City, 90 feet away. But it was the best, and pretty much let's look at it, pretty much the last hope the Giants had. If Gordon scores, and they're pretty much at the mercy of the Royals. And but did that fret King Bumgarner? Oh no, he hung in there and got him to pop out to who?
Who?
Pablo.
Panda, of course. Yeah,
No.
the Panda.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
Who?
Okay. Oh, well, it was the Panda. And
Who's on first? Marty?
okay, that was, and a couple of in researching this one, it was funny that the Giants were the first road team to win Game 7 of the World Series since the 1979 Pirates. That's a long time ago.
Mhm.
That was 40 years. Yeah. And also, a little trivia question. Both those teams were wild card teams.
Oh.
Who were the last to do that? Have both wild card teams wind up in the World Series? And who won the World Series?
I don't know.
I don't either.
The Giants. They lost to Anaheim that year, remember?
Oh,
Yeah, that was the first and only. Yeah.
You had to
That was
bring
the
that
first
one up.
time 2 wild card.
you had to
What
bring
year-
up that
what year was
goddamn
that?
monkey.
What year was that, Marty?
I wasn't prepared for trivia.
2002.
I was told there
Yeah.
would be no math during the show.
I think I heard Teddy Bear and JC yelling 2002.
Actually, that was me. It's coming out of both ends now. So sorry.
All right.
TMI.
Completed round 2. What happens now, Rob?
It's a segment of the show that I like to call. This is where we love Mic'd Up. They've been great with us. We're great partners with them. We're super happy with them. And this is where Rob Weber will. He always says it's 2 minutes and 48 seconds, but it's like 9 years out of my life. So this is where Rob will talk about other shows on Mic'd Up.
Yeah, I just like to hear my own voice. That's
You
what-
have the floor.
Okay. All right, I'll try to do this as quickly as possible. Okay, you're watching us on Mic'd Up. We talked about how you can leave us a little 30-second question or comment by hitting the microphone at the bottom of the screen. We're a proof of concept show on the platform, and there's a few other shows that you might be interested in. Rick Barry, NBA, ABA, Hall of Fame basketball player Rick Barry has a show from time to time with his co-host Cyrus, and they talk everything basketball. They'll talk about the Warriors, they'll talk about the NBA, college, and the 3-on-3 league that Rick is coaching it. Rick will definitely get to your question or comment, and he'll give you his response. You might not like it, but that's Rick Barry. So tune in and watch. Jim Darby, former executive with Easton Sports and Mizuno, and also an accomplished author. He has a show every other week on Wednesdays, usually a couple hours before ours. He did one today It's a tribute to Ricky Henderson. Ricky was a compatriot of Jim's at Easton, and he had some great stories about how all that played out. Let's see, what you got AJ Robner in the Robner Report. AJ is a New York-based um, big fan of the Giants, the Knicks, the Rangers, and the Mets. And AJ is he's an employee of the New York Giants, works in their ticket office, and he is a journalism major from Penn State. He's got 2 or 3 shows a week, each on a different sport. He's been lamenting the downfall of the Rangers lately, since the Giants season is mercifully over. And he's starting to do a couple of shows about the New York Knicks if you're a basketball fan. So look in your upcoming list on the platform. Craig Giannino is doing a show about the sports mindset. Craig is a baseball coach, and his specialty is the mental aspects of the game. And he's done a few shows now over the past couple of weeks that concentrate on getting in the right mindset to perform on the field. He's got a show coming up on the 13th, so take a look for that in the upcoming. There's a couple of them in the archives as well. Let's see, John Rieger, the Florida Sports Hall of Fame show. John is hosting a show that highlights folks that have been inducted into the Florida Sports Hall of Fame, like Wade Boggs, Fred Biletnikoff, and Jan Stevenson. There's a great number of shows in the archives, so take a look for John's show. Rob, you ready?
Yes, I am.
Got Yankees Coast to Coast.
Cute.
Mike Miller and Adam Schneider. Mike's on the West Coast, Adam's on the East Coast, and they talk Yankees baseball insufferably every week. They argue with each other for 1 hour, even though they totally agree with each other. It's just the way they do it, and it's fun, it's entertaining, and it lets you know that there are lots of Yankees fans out there, believe it or not. So that's what we got.
Hey, we got a caller that took offense to you saying that they're bored.
Teddy Bear here. We will only be bored for a little while until Tim Flannery starts to play down in the lobby of our hotel.
Wow.
And we'll go down and chill a little bit down there, have a beer or two, and listen to Tim.
Well, I have been in touch with Tim Flannery, and he will not start his show until we have completed ours. Sit down, shut
My
up,
God.
and continue.
Robbie, can't you get Webby to stop?
Hang in
Terry,
there.
you know
have
you're
it-
live, don't you? There's no retakes.
Sit
It's
back,
okay.
have another almanac.
Terry
Boy.
rehearses every show for hours at a time.
Boy,
All
they're,
right.
they're in rare form in Arizona. Wow.
Yes, they are.
Round 1. Let's get this out of the
Round
way.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We got who finished out that round? Was it me?
I
Yeah.
did.
Oh, who starts?
Okay. Lannerman.
Okay, I'm gonna go. As a little kid, I think everybody sits in the backyard and you pretend it's the last game of the World Series, the last out. You do not pretend that you're the pitcher. You do not pretend that you're the guy that makes the play. You pretend that you're the guy at home plate. In 1960, Game 7, bottom of the ninth, at
Full-
home at Forbes Field in Pittsburgh,
Full count.
leading off in a 9-9 tie, Bill Mazeroski steps to the plate. Bill Mazeroski is one of the great fielding third basemen of all time. Solid hitter,
Second
but
baseman.
what?
Second
Second baseman. Thank you. Yeah, I was still thinking about Pablo Sandoval and who, and I don't know.
Brooks Robinson.
I mean, it's the only walk-off home run. There's only 2 in the World Series, and the only one that's ever happened in Game 7. Still, after all these years, Mazeroski stepped up and hit a screaming line drive just over the wall in left field. for a home run. The Pirates won their first championship since 1925. It's unbelievable. I mean, I can't imagine anything greater in the entire world than that little thing that we've all dreamt about a million times. And he actually is the one man in history that has done it. So Bill Mazeroski's home run, I think, is the greatest play ever.
Not a Rabbit Morant.
Well,
No
he's in
rabbit
my
in there.
honorable mentions. Don't
Okay,
worry.
okay. Can't go without one.
Marty, I can't wait to hear what yours is.
Okay, we know of Willie Mays' great catch, and right. You just mentioned the shot heard around the world, and Robinson's steal of home plate. Do you ever get you guys subscribe to that magazine at the Hall of Fame?
Yep.
Comes out with. They had a real an article about it years later that they're still the families are still arguing about it between Yogi Berra and Robinson.
yeah.
Maybe save her out. And that was a great article. That was fun. But the one I chose was that everybody's going to go rather obscure. Maybe you knew about it, maybe you didn't. But I like to urge you to look it up on the internet. Just for the fact that I just see what I thought I saw. Eric Bruntlit's unassisted triple play in 2009. Now he's a utility infielder for the Phillies. He bounced around from team to team, and he was playing second base that day. And the inning before, he had made 2 errors. So here it is, nobody out, the bottom of the 9th, runners at first and second. And I said, it happened so quick, and he had the presence of mind to pull this off. You literally have to watch it to make sure, was there 3 outs? Did he really pull this off? He snagged the line drive, tagged second base, and then tagged the runner coming from first to second. Now, in their defense, the runner's defense, they did have a hit and run play on, so everybody was running. But it happened so quickly, and of course the umpires were on it, bang, bang, bang. What happened? The game is over. When was the last time they had an unassisted triple play to end the game? 1927, the Detroit Tigers infielder did it.
Wow.
It was. So like I said, I urge you to go to YouTube, check out Bruntlit's game-ending triple play. So there are a lot of outstanding plays that, and a few of them I just tried to mention in the beginning, but that one I had to literally rewind 3 times to make sure I saw what I saw.
So that one you're talking about, Marty, I think that's the one they have a video of that play at the Hall of Fame. So when you're walking through the greatest plays in history, they
latest, most recent unassisted triple play.
Marty wouldn't know because his Hall of Fame experience was the Who's on First Theater.
And then they had the pine tar bat and went, ooh. Webby, number 1.
Okay. I know we're skipping over the Willie Mays catch, which is iconic, but I guess in present day, if you're looking for a catch that's most similar to Willie's catch, it would be Jim Edmonds' catch.
Yes.
Shoulder catch, where he's kind of misplayed the ball and he has to go running back. It's straight over his head and he corrals it. Just a tremendous catch. But what I didn't know when I was watching the replays of it today is that the announcer for the Angels at that time was Steve Fiziak, who is famous in Giants lore for describing John Kruk's little looper to left that Jeffrey Leonard caught on the warning track. So in this one, the quote from Physiak is, "That, my friends, is the best catch I've ever seen."
Yeah.
So take a look at that one. That was June of '97, Angels versus Royals. Great play. Great
Yep.
play. All right, Tara, what do you got?
All right. Well, my number one is one of the greatest hits. One of the greatest hit twice. This is Phillies batter Richie Ashburn hits a foul ball, hits a lady, and breaks her nose.
I know.
Hit number two, he hits another foul ball and hits the same lady who's in the stretcher being carted off. Unbelievable. And that's my number one.
Technically, that's two plays.
Doesn't
It's
count.
consistent, if anything. All right. Anybody else? Are we?
That's
Robbie,
it.
Robbie,
We got it.
All right.
We got it. Nobody had the catch. I mean, I avoided the
Well-
catch because I was pretty sure all you guys would have it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're talking
everybody
about
else.
it. It's like last week talking about Euchre.
Yep.
We all know that
Yep.
he would have been a great comedian, but
We
and
got
the
a lot
catch
of
was great.
honorable mentions we can do. Why don't we do our play-ins, and this will feature many former major leaguers.
Oh,
Yes,
far out.
including a Cy Young Award winner.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But first,
Teddy Bear here, down in Scottsdale, Arizona at Big League Coaching Fantasy Camp. There's so many good plays. I think the one I was very excited about was the Joe Panic to Crawford to Belt double play in the World Series. And it went to replay, and they did turn the double play at a key time. They won that game, eventually won the World Series. It was fantastic.
yep,
Great
that
play.
backhand flick. That was Lorenzo Cain running too, and he was fast. Okay, let's go with a former major leaguer. Screwed it up, huh?
We're good. We're good at this.
The screen there.
Yeah, I caught it. It didn't fall this time.
Hi, this is Tim Flannery, third base coach for a lot of years in the big leagues, 15 years, and 8 of them up there in San Francisco. And my favorite play always at third base was the inside the park home run. I was fortunate enough to wave and chase 11 of them around for inside the parkers. The two that come to mind for me was Tony Gwynn late in his career when he wasn't running well and he had gained some weight. He had an inside the park grand slam against the Dodgers.
I
right.
think I
Is there
remember
a
that.
second part?
Yeah, I think this picks it up.
JC here, continuing with Tim Flannery's favorite play with Angel Pagan, the inside the park home run. The finish of that is, Tim said, it ended up being a walk-off inside the park home run. And it was a good thing because we had nobody left on the bench and a pitcher would have had hit next.
It's nice when
so-
you can wrap it up that way.
I think Flannery is if you don't know Tim Flannery or haven't seen him on TV, he is an incredible storyteller. And I think the 30-second format that we have with Mic'd Up does not play to his strength. So this was another attempt.
Hi, Tim Flannery here. I was a third base coach for 15 years in the big leagues. 11 home runs, inside the park home run. I got to wave them home, and one of the best was Angel Pagan. It was tie score, 10th inning, nobody left on the bench to hit, and he hits a ball to right center field, tying the game. But Tulowitzki didn't go out for the double cut. So I challenged the guy, and because anyway, it was a walk.
Just to hear part of him is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, don't forget the bull session's getting a little windy.
Yes.
Yeah, try Daryl.
My
X.
God, Robbie, can't you get Webby to stop?
I just thought I'd play it again.
Another one for the Hall of very, very good.
Yes.
Hey, this is Mark Davis, 89 Cy Young Award
Oh,
winner
yeah.
on highlights from Lowlifes. My favorite play ever in baseball when I was on the field was a triple play that we did in 1988 with San Diego against Houston. We had a ground ball hit to short with runners at first and second. We turned a routine double play. The runner at second base tried to score. Jack Clark picked a short hop throw from the second baseman, made a throw to Benny Santiago. We made the tag. It was a triple play. So exciting.
Good.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, JC, this was a what you drinking that I missed.
JC here, sitting in Scottsdale, Arizona with Scott Garrelts and Tim Flannery. I'm having a porch light lager, and we're listening to the stories about the greatest plays that these guys have ever seen. Tim Flannery has a good story about Angel Pagan's inside the park home run, which I will relate in a little bit. Thank you. Cheers, boys.
I think
And
we
then
had three
one
different
more.
versions.
Yep, one more.
Surveying the fantasy camp here, we have a couple of favorites. Pence on the fence with his catch.
Oh yeah.
Bo Jackson doubling off Carlton Fisk at first base. Bo Jackson with his catch running across the outfield wall. And Kevin Mitchell with his one-handed catch.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
How honorable mention? How about Jack off the wall? I would.
You better explain that.
Jack Clark cutting a fly ball. I mean, come on. What's wrong with you people? I mean, what a bunch of sickos. I mean,
Yes.
Oh man.
But don't use that phrase on Google and because it's amazing what comes up. But that was a mistake. That was a mistake.
Done this 72 times and you guys still don't get it. I had honorable mentions. I had the Kevin Mitchell catch. I had the Bo Jackson catch.
Yep.
Nobody mentioned the Ken Griffey catch where he basically glues himself to the wall like Spider-Man after the catch. Unfortunately, the spikes didn't dig too much into the wall and he kind of fell off the wall. And then the Mike Trout catch where half his body is above the outfield wall to end J.J. Hardy's attempt at a home run. Hey, we got some good people coming in here and making fun of Marty. Hold on.
What?
Hey, Marty. What?
Will someone please give Marty a red card?
Oh man.
Well, I mean, we're just gonna have to rehearse more than we have been.
Yeah. Which is 0.
All right. Any other good honorable mentions?
I had Gary Matthews Jr.
Yeah,
that
that's
catch in center field where he took one step against the wall and it was what 14 feet is what he ended up jumping to get to that ball. He used the wall to make the jump and catch, and unbelievable. And the Butch Husky catch in Seattle where he slammed into the wall. He made the catch, but he slammed into the wall, and the next day they did like a murder outline on the wall where he slammed in. And then I also had the Aaron Rowan catch in Philadelphia where it was an over-the-shoulder catch, and he ran at full speed into that wire fence and came away with a bloody face and stayed in the game. And I think he got 2 more hits after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Who was it that went through the fence?
That was that Rodney Scott.
Yeah.
No, Rodney McRae.
McRae, that's right. Yep.
Yes. The father of the current giant, Grant McRae. So
That's
yeah.
pretty
that was a minor league game.
The minor league game, yeah.
Thankfully, the wall let loose because it's a minor league game and it's made of plywood.
Yeah.
He would have died otherwise. Hey, former pros, we invite you to join in and comment on any of all of our topics that we do every week.
Yes, yes. They're always very important topics that
And
that are changing the way that sports is viewed.
Yeah.
keep it for television.
All right. Anything else? Because we got to get off the air. So what do you guys? It looks like you're just crushing a bag of Doritos, and that's all I hear on my.
I think it's Marty's clip-on tie.
Wait a minute.
Thanks for joining us on Highlights from Lowlifes. We'll be back here next Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Pacific, with another episode of a very important topic. Thanks again. See you next week. Play us out, Rob.
Thanks to Almanac, and thanks to Mark Grant, Scott Garrels, and Tim Flannery for participating in this debacle of a show.
I thought it was Marty's sinuses. Hey, who did that jingle?
Shelby Ann, ShelbyAnnMusic.com.